All praises. Kembo na Tanzania ya Mazulu, Mbote, Kimfumo Kyakuisa, Nzambi Mawesha, Nzambi Okobenisha, Nzambi Onene, Zambi Mzola, Zambi on Kembo, Zambi on Kulukum, Modino, Salini Samala. I kind of did a video on my phone, but it's having issues getting it to different places because whatever they're doing, it's starting to affect phones and whatever not. I've been hearing stories. I know what's going on. But this is how they play the game, and eventually it's going to backfire. But we're going to give all praises to the Nzambi and Pum, Father, the most high, powerful God of the heavens and the earth. We give Yenge, Izola, a Buluka. That means peace, love, and blessings. Assalamu alaikum Makongo, for those who have received their seals of the Most High. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, there's nothing we can tell you that the fact that, and I'm going to discuss it as to why there's no way you can preach the truth to people that don't understand that they're sedated. And the sedation is where the Most High has sent a strong delusion for them that believe the lie. And that's where the fallen angels play their role. But the concept is that everybody needs to be sedated. And that's the whole concept that we're talking about with where the world has been deceived. And I'm going to get into the whole thing about the lady who wrote the Terminator and the Matrix that they turned into the movie series. Of course, she was a black woman, but they hid that fact from that. There's a lot of black actors and black books and writers that got turned into movies that were simply put together as warnings. But of course, they can only go so far because of the system. Okay. And this is where we all are, because the slavery concept is, even as slaves, we still try to give warnings or signals or different things. That has never stopped. But the issue is, once you're into something, it's not easy to get out of it. And that's the whole issue, that some people got forced into it while others chose to be in it. And then they realize, wait a minute, what did I get myself into? And once you're like that, once they chip you, once they get everything done, and then, of course, you go to the party, that's when things really get interesting from there, okay? And even though they may not have gone to the party, they still got to watch themselves. And that's the thing that we're going to talk about, is that everything is not what you think it is. You know, I watched the video. You know, I don't question what people want to think or what they want to believe. But I'm going to get into the whole thing about the cross, because I actually have a lot more information that was given to me by others that have explained this concept of the cross. And technically speaking, where the cross is supposed to be is in your body. It's not supposed to be physically displayed. I mean, people do it, but it's really a crucifix, and those are graven images. Okay. When you become Christ-like, or when you become highly spiritual being, do you become the kingdom? The cross is inside of you, but it's not going to be the cross that you think, okay? Because the real Messiah reclaimed what was stolen from the Most High from the beginning, that these people are trying to claim it, but it was never there because it's a thief, okay? So a lot of people don't understand there's a lot of things that have been stolen, and there's a lot of things that have been replicated. And the symbolism is all about, what pyramid are you on? Okay, the pyramid, there's a pyramid of truth and there's a pyramid of lies. Okay, so it's like, what kingdom do you serve depends on what pyramid are you on. And the pyramid that's upside down represents the kingdom that's upside down. Okay, so all praises to the Mavimpi, Mananatatan Zambi, and Pungu. We give Kukwisi Ambote welcome. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Tata Trey. We would always refer to ourselves as mother and father. That's why we were called family. The concept of not being in the family means that you become the opposite kingdom. Okay. And that's where we would have to say, are you either with the Most High or you're not with the Most High? And we had a greeting for that. Okay. All of this stuff was stripped out during slavery. And you see that they do robotic ways. Like you go to church and they'll pass the peace, they'll do greetings, and most of them don't even know where that comes from. Okay. Islam has certain parts of it. Every religion has certain parts of it, but there's a it's like I said, it's a piece of the puzzle that has been passed around to different places. So then the brainwashing effect is I go by what I was programmed to do, believe as a child. So the concept is, and I'm gonna get into it about the different kingdoms that people don't understand, is the Most High's kingdom is the opposite of Esau or Nimrod or whatever it is, Lucifer. And what this put us understand is you're operating in a double-minded system. And that's why when you're operating in a double-minded system, you will always stay blind. Okay. When you're operating in a system that's not double-minded, this is where clarity becomes becomes more. But see, that's the issue is when you're not operating in the double-minded system, you are the enemy to everyone that is. Okay. So that's the whole issue of why the portion of why they take you as children is not education, but indoctrination. And they do this in every single civilization, no matter what language you speak. They start you off as a child and they give you what the government wants you to know. Okay. This is important to make sure that no one sees the big objective of what was the plan from the beginning. Okay. So when we talk about what knowledge are you learning, most people don't understand you're learning the knowledge of the double-minded system, not the system that's not double-minded. Okay. So in that regard, when you are engaging in the double-minded system, this is your boss. This is your reality. This is your way of life. Okay. And in this double-minded system is where they need to keep lying or create distractions so that you don't understand that you are always in the negative. Okay. Because the Father is positive and Lucifer is the negative, but he pretends to be both. So he's positive and negative. Okay. And that's where you're going to always be finding these agents that are going to try to trick you and always be trying to spin the narrative that you are not in the negative kingdom. And then when someone comes along and tries to tell you you're in it, this is the fight that was demonstrated in the movie The Matrix. Okay. So the people who come to say, hey, get your butt up out of this system are fighting the people that say, no, you're just fine. There's nothing wrong with you. These are the people that are the problem. And this is the war we're talking about, what we call about Star Wars. And in the other in the realms you can't see is where you're going to see the people engaging in battles that they see in the realms you can see. But then at one time we were with that, and this process was going to return. So like the Yedi are the Most High's powerful kingdom fighters, the warriors. Okay, and their job was to protect the people from the what they call the imperialism, or what we call a indoctrinated mindset of rules. So it's like one kingdom operates on mercy and pity, no condemnation. The other one is the complete opposite, force. You got to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, or we're gonna kick your butt. Okay. And so that's the whole concept, is the false love. And it's called false love. It's called playing with your emotions, because you are always going to be crying with the woman who lost her children. While at the same time, whatever emotions she feels, this will be you, because you're attached to this spirit, and this is how you will manifest. And then This is why you cannot understand what's going on. So when you're under the false spirit, you're going to react however you feel like. When you're under the true spirit, you are going to work in a way that neutralizes this threat. Okay. But now that's the whole concept, is this system is now really been working for so long and it's out of control that you don't even notice that you are nothing but a worker. So what I mean is, they've even told you this to your face. They've even mentioned it so many times, you don't matter. But they're going to make it look like you matter, because their job is to continue to rob and steal from the one who does matter and who does love and who does care. And the concept is, when you can manipulate what people believe and you program them, now the programming is hard to strip it. And that's the reason why they start with children. Because when you go with children, as long as you get the impression in their minds from the start, then once they keep moving forward, they're not gonna drop it. And that's what they really had to do. But then there were those of us, and this is what they want to call the problem, like I said, the issue, or what they call the wrench, are those who say, you know what? This system does not make any sense. So something is not right. And when you do that, that's when you get the people who are programmed to watch it. And at that point, they're going to try to figure out a way to try to eliminate the threat to what they have created. Okay? That is what was always the process that took place from the beginning. Okay? What you choose to believe will become your reality. If the reality you believe, if whatever thought you come up with, whatever you think, that's why it says, as a person thinketh, so are they. Okay? So that's the whole reason why it was important to emphasize, and what do you mean when I mean emphasize inflection? Inflection creates what's called control. So when you do inflection, or you do constant repetitive tones, or you have an impact on a person's flow, this is where you're going to get people to go along. And that's why they always look for those who have less, or what they call, they're like empty heads. So if you're empty headed, it's easier to fill you up with garbage. If you came and you're not empty headed, then you have to convince people you're not taking in garbage. Okay. And this is where we deal with the concept of thought, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding what you are actually living in, or what you are actually doing. Okay. So the powers that you don't understand are the wealthy people who have unlimited resources at their disposal, are able to manifest a system where you don't understand what's really going on. Okay. And this has been the way it's been going since the time before, time of time. So it's like, the concept is, when we talk about what's witchcraft versus what's not witchcraft, witchcraft is designed to make you believe in something that's not true, but there's some truth in it. Okay. And that's why many people that I'm talking about, okay, like I just had an interaction with another Christian. I'm like, look, this Christianity is a trance. It's a spell. Okay. So is Islam, and so is Judaism. That's why they call it the three frogs in the scriptures. But what the problem is, you don't think it's a spell. So then therefore, what you choose to believe or what you choose to be will now become your reality here and on the other side, because they can do both. Okay? So our Father or our kingdom understands that this is what the world is facing. And so there are those who get a little bit of leeway, but the concept is they understand that the purpose of the entire system is for one people and to get those people to hate each other and keep them hating each other. Okay? When you understand this from the beginning, you're going to know who are the true players of the Most High and who are being manipulated or imposters, or they themselves don't know what they are, because this is the way the program works. Okay? To know thyself for real means you know who is your enemy and who is your friend. To not know yourself means, for real, means you allowed yourself to forget who your friends are and who your enemies are. Okay? So it's like when you choose to, so someone comes to tell you something and you internalize it as truth and they've told you a lie, okay, then that's what's going to happen is, boom, you've now become that person's control. They have now put spells on you. And that's how they know that you now can manipulate how people think. And this is the way they teach it. So that's the way it starts. And that's the way the world is functioning, because so many people who've never been in the places that they're telling you is true or never witnessed it for yourself, you're taking it in as fact. So then at that point they say, well, now they can tell you what's fiction and what's nonfiction, what's truth and what's a lie. But the point is, once you get to this point, it's like, well, then you have now become that person's control mechanism. Okay? And that's why many people are going to continue to play the narrative that they want you to play, because that's what it is. It's a game. So as you get closer to understanding who's running the game, this is when they try to reset it, like you're playing a video game. Okay? Reset, boom. Okay? Get it back to, okay, we start over. Okay? This is the thing that a lot of people don't know, is where we are right now is in each, and it goes by, and it is going by the Jubilees. They have their interpreting of Jubilees, we have our Jubilees. And if you don't know what a Jubilee is, it's a span of time that is considered a generation. So one generation says it's 50, another one generation says it's 70. Okay? So whatever you believe is going to determine on where you are or what time frame you fit from whenever it started. Okay? So now, what many people don't know is, yes, magic is real, but you don't let magic influence your life. And this is why we say, you see the wizard, but you don't let the wizard control you. You see the warlock and the witch, but you don't let the warlock and the witch control you. But now the warlock and the witch say, we don't exist. Even though they always shown it to you, it's like, okay, it's like, to know that they're there makes you crazy, makes you see things, makes you figure and say, okay, this person's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay? And that's the way that people don't understand, is that is each civilization that has ever existed is how they do this. Okay? And so then once they have you under the control mechanism, then they can tell you whatever they want. And if you believe it, okay, that's what becomes your reality. Okay? So now I'm going to show you in the scriptures where I can prove what I'm talking about, because even in their model, because see, the scriptures you read today are made in the double-minded world and all the knowledge and everything that you have. But now, and that's what it means when the scriptures say that God or the Most High turned the world over to the hands of the wicked. It means he turned it over to the people who are double-minded. Okay? So then you have to understand, if you continue to believe double-minded people, then you are their control. You're under their control. Okay? And that's what happens when people can now believe something about themselves or believe things about what they're told that are not actually true. Okay? So we're going to get into that. And we're going to start, I'm 20 minutes in. I'm going to start the music. Again, I don't own the rights to the music. It's for the edification of the channel and not for my own distribution of any kind, but for education purposes only. What? Oh, this is bothering her? Oh, I'm sorry. And that's because I got to trying to tell you, you need to tell the truth. That's called generational curse. That's what that is. No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was on the low speed. Huh. Somebody must have been how to use it earlier, I guess. All right, so we're going to go to First Kepler. We're going to go to First Kepler. Now, of course, when we talk about the matrix, or what we call the double-minded reality, okay? The double-minded reality that many people don't recognize, and I'll get into that movie here in a minute because I got the picture pulled up and how he was demonstrated. Okay, so the double-minded reality as portrayed by Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, okay, the scene where you see him coming out of this pod, okay, what you don't understand is this is symbolic of sin, okay? This is symbolic of living in sin, okay? This is what you want to call primordial goo, dog vomit. You see this portrayed also in the Ghostbusters, the liquid that they put under the city to be positive or negative. Okay, if you have love, it's going to be positive. If you have anger, it's going to be negative. But the reality is, this is how we're talking about is positivity versus negativity, but you can still be fooled. Okay. So what the lady, when the lady wrote the movie or wrote her book, okay, when she talked about the Terminator, that was where you're dealing with a system that's trying to stop itself from being destroyed. Okay, so everything is being done to interfere with those who can take it down. Okay, then when she gets to the Matrix, it's like you got locked into a system that's defending itself, that it did everything it could to defend itself, so it puts you in a reality that does not exist, but you think it does. So this is what we talk about, the transitioning phase of where you went from a world that's real to a world that's fake. Okay, so the world that's real tried to stop you by putting you in a world that's fake. Okay, so the real world, through its process, try to get you into the fake world. So now you can't tell the difference between what's reality and what isn't. You just assume that you're in the right realm. So now what he's showing you is, wait a minute, I'm this world that I'm living in was all in my head, but then the real world looks like this because I came out of this fact that I was now living in sin, or what they call dog vomit, or what we call ignorance. So this liquid represents your ignorance to not understanding, wait a minute, this world wasn't real and this world is. Okay, and this is what he's talking about. All right, so now we go to the scriptures that can verify this, where it says, therefore. Now see, in this world, you say the disciple's name is Peter. Now, those who wrote the scriptures know his name was Kepha. But whatever reality you choose to believe is where you're going to go with. Okay? That's why in their reality, it was Yeshua or Yeshua. Now, we didn't say Yeshua, we said Yeshua. This reality going to say, oh, he was a Jew, he was Aramaic speaking. Our reality was, no, he's a Mukongo, he's a Banabe to be Solide, and he spoke Kikongo Lingala. No, I don't believe that. Okay, that's the concept of what is your perception of how you've interpreted the world that they have given you. Okay, and so that's why anybody can still be duped, because this is what the wizard, the sorcerer, does. He knows the reality versus the one that he created. Okay, and so therefore, there are those who are going to act like they got to play dumb. When you tell them something that's true, okay, I got to get away from you. I'm going to get in trouble. But then there are those who come and say, no, we're going to make you stay where you're at. Okay? And you're telling them, like, no, if you don't stay where you're at, we're going to start exposing who you are. Okay? But the reality is, that's the problem, is no one's paying attention. As our creator says, the real creator says, you cannot be forced into something. It has to be done willingly. Okay? So now, I therefore urge the congregation leaders among you, as a fellow leader and witness to the Messiah's sufferings, as well as a share in the glory to be revealed, shepherd the flock of God, or the Most High, that is in your care, exercising oversight, not out of the constraint, but willing, as God or the Most High. People say no, but I know we said yes. Tatanzami Kongo Yahweh. People want to believe what they want. Again, that's the way the sorcerer, the false gods know what they called him. You don't. And this is how it really works. Okay? And not out of desire of dishonest gain, and not out of desire for dishonest gain, but with enthusiasm. So here's the thing that they had done in the Matrix. You think your gain is honest, and you're doing it with enthusiasm. But then what you're not understanding is your gains are not honest. And I'll get into that. Also, not as mockers domineering over those in your care, but as people who become examples to the flock. So here's the way it works. They always say, lead by example. If a person is in a hypocritical system or is a double-minded conditioned person, you can never lead by example. Because if you were raised to be a hypocrite, that is what you're going to preach or teach people to be. If you're raised in a system not to be a hypocrite, then you're going to be able to shepherd people in the way they should go. Okay? So then when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive glory as your unfading crown. So the unfading crown that people don't understand is it comes from the kingdom that's not double-minded versus the one that is. Okay? Likewise, you who are less experienced submit to your leaders. Now, Sid, that's the game right there. If I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to follow the person that knows what they're doing, or you assume they know what they're doing. Okay? That's the way the manipulation started. You follow a leader that says, I have all the experience and I know all what I need to do. But then it turned out that they actually are also hypocrites. That is what the Messiah was referring to and talking about when he came upon the people in his kingdom and said, you people are teaching the children to be double-minded. You're teaching the children to be ignorant. You're teaching the children to not walk in truth, but in lies. Okay? But what you don't understand is you are now born in a system that runs like this. And this is what they don't want you to know. And so when someone comes along and says, you know what, man, this makes no sense to me. We've got to be something's off. No, everything's fine. Just keep on going. Okay? That is where you're dealing with something that people have something to hide. And when they have something to hide, this is where they have to trick you into thinking that you're not being lied to, or something's not being hidden from you, or something not being kept secret. Okay? So then likewise, you who are less, so further, all of you should because the Most High God opposes the arrogant, but to humble he gives grace. So here's the way the world has been deceived. It's easy to manipulate you if you don't understand you have taught to be arrogant, which means pride, which means lack of humility. But then convince you can be humble, but you can also be humble in ignorance. Therefore, humble yourselves under the almighty hand of the Most High God, so that at the right time he may lift you up through all of your anxieties, throw all of your anxieties upon him because he cares about you. Now, here's where the wonderful sorcerer played the game. Okay? And this is what I'm going to show you the matrix. So now, as they took this scripture, and many people can always interpret it, and the colonizers did it, Rome did it. It doesn't just colonize. Okay, the lie of everything is everybody thinks everything started with colonialism. That's another matrix lie. Baloney. They always going to spin it. All of this garbage started from the beginning. Okay, you just keep living and repeat yourself, you keep repeating it because you don't learn. So they're just recolonizing people every time. And they just wipe their memory of what happened before. Okay, it's a rewrite. Every time it's like, okay, we're going to write it like this. Okay, the construct of false religion did not start in colonialism. No, it's not. It's a lie. Okay, this is the way the sorcerer going to keep flipping this around when you catch him. Oh yeah, no, man. let's take it back. First of all, everybody was melanated. So now the Matrix says, oh, let me stop you right there. Boom. No. It's not about race. No, here, this is a problem. The Matrix created race. This is the race problem. Not the Most High, the Matrix did. And when I say Matrix, I'm talking about the imposters. Okay, they know how it started. You don't. Okay, and so in this reality, you say everybody was created by the Most High. Okay, but that's the way they got you to continue to be a stumbling block and to put the children in dog vomit. And I'm going to get to that. Okay, so therefore, humble yourselves that under my hands so that at the right time, throw all your anxiety. And now it's going to say, stay sober, stay alert. Your enemy, the adversary, stalks like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Now, oh, let me tell you how he plays that game that many people don't understand is why you continue to go in circles with people who don't hear you. A person who's open-minded will listen to you, but it only goes so far if it starts to come up against stuff that they start to question. And they say, I don't know if I believe you or not. And that's part of it too. A closed-minded person says, you know what? I don't want to hear what you have to say. I know what I was told. I know what my teacher said. I know what my pastor said. I know what everybody taught me. I'm not going to listen to you because you are lying to me. Okay? And that's also part of it too. Okay? The system that you are living in does never favors the people on the bottom. Never. But they're going to make you think it does. It's always going to favor the people on top. Okay? This mindset was never the Father's way. Never. His mindset is everybody benefits that wants to receive the truth. Everybody benefits. Okay? So all you got to do is take a step back and say, wait a minute. How does this world operate? Who benefits and who gets the majority versus the others? How does it really work? Okay? So now what you will begin to comprehend, and many people don't get it, is there are those who are meant to make the system look as if there's nothing wrong with it. You are just in the concept of thinking there's something wrong with it. Whereas those who say, wait a minute, there's something wrong with this system. It's flawed. Okay? And so when you come to this realization, that's where you're going to get pushback. That's when you're going to get resistance, because there are those who understand that. They made it that way. But you can't know that. And nobody else should know it. Okay? And if anybody else knows it, okay, then you are the fool. You are the hypocrite. You are the dummy. Okay? That was the way this is all designed. That is what it really means when we talk about the days of Noah. Okay? The system was designed to think that anybody who understood that they were under confusion, you are the dummy. You are the idiot. You are the jackass. You don't know what you're talking about. Everything is just fine. Okay? Well, here we are. Okay? So now, the reason why the transition is starting to get violent, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to get worse. The transition out of this system is violence because you're going to find out you are not where you think you are. You're in the complete opposite. Okay? Why does that make a difference? Is because ignorance keeps you blind to where you are and what you know and what you think. So the way you keep people ignorant is you don't teach them what is true. You give them a bunch of made up lies. Okay? So then, as the case that they like to use a lot, you become the jabbering idiot. So you think that you're intelligent, you think that you're wise, you think you have knowledge, you think you know things, but you really don't know nothing. Okay? This is the concept of what I'm going to talk about with a scripture that they use called Proverbs 6:6. And if you know what I'm going to show you, it's 8 forwards and 8 backwards. And this is what you're going to see with this whole symbolism, what it calls 88. Because I told you there's the good 8 and the bad 8. Because there's what they talk about, 8 means completion. Okay? Well, the point is the bad 8 wants nothing to be completed the way it's supposed to. So this is where they keep running you in circles, thinking that, they keep telling you, oh, Jesus is coming soon, Jesus is coming soon. But the problem is the kingdom is already here. He even said so when he was here. He said the kingdom is already here. So the concept was the kingdom is here, but if we take you out of the truth, then you will be looking for something that's right in front of your face. And this is what the plan was after he left. After the Maliki Kongo came, he taught the real truth. They said, no, we're going to put people back in the lie. Because this was the whole construct of what you now don't understand. Okay? So stand against him firm in your trust, knowing that your brothers throughout the world, or sisters, because they always do them, they don't put the women in there for a reason, throughout the world are going through the same kinds of suffering. So what it's saying is anybody who wants to be humble and in truth will suffer to those who are arrogant and don't want peace or want to be in power or control. Okay? So suffering can come in 2 ways. You cause your suffering because you believe stupidity or lies, or because you don't want to live in lies. So you want to continue to live in the truth. Okay? So the concept of what's important versus what isn't is all based off of how you have been perceiving reality. Okay? So the world does not understand that it is in danger because you are not meant to see it. Okay? So when we talk about being sober, and how they have created the concept in here is don't go drinking alcohol, don't go drinking taking drugs, don't go engaging in stuff that's going to keep you like partying and a lot of partying or whatever. But there's another part to this. Sober means keep you from putting anything in your head that's going to make you lower your understanding of the truth. Okay? So what he's basically telling people is, look, whatever you choose to believe is going to affect how you act, what you know, what you do, how you perceive things. Okay? So now with this particular scripture, and this is what they have done to the world, okay? It says, throw all of your anxieties upon the one who is not the hypocrite. And this is what he means. Okay? You're supposed to throw all of your anxieties on the one who is not the hypocrite. Okay. Now, in their clever construction of this world, this is where they got you. Okay? So now you live in a reality where you think all of my cares and anxieties I have been trained to throw on the most high, God. Okay. But then here's where they got you. What that should do is turn you into a godlike person. So when you're throwing all of your anxiety on him, then you're going to resemble a mighty and powerful structure of a creation, of a creator. So then, like, what happens is you're going to transform yourself into what is called a godlike mindset, meaning you can now manifest things that other people can't. You can now do things that other people can't do. You're now going to look like something that's really supernatural. And that is how what the Messiah spoke about when he said to mimic the Father means you're going to be like the Most High. Not above him, but like him. So then you were going to resemble the Father because you're going to look like his children. Meaning you can now, the creation is now under you, not above you. Okay? And so this is what a lot of people have not understood, is that even those there's those who look like gods, because he says, the scripture clearly says, he never said there weren't any other gods. He says, I am above all gods. So the one it is that you have gods out here that are telling you they're above the Most High when they're not. Okay, and this is the delusion. Now, these gods that I'm talking about can look like any color. They don't have to be white. They can be any color. And this is what I keep trying to explain to people. Okay? Every civilization, even the Hamitic tribes, have black gods that look like them. Okay? But the problem is they needed the Most High's children to believe the lie. Again, they needed the Most High's children to believe the lie. And so when that happens, this is where the world does not know who the Father is. Okay? If the Most High's children don't know who they are, or they don't reflect the Father, then now the world does not realize that you are in danger. Okay? And how did that happen? Well, easily. The concept is, if you don't know you're in danger, then you're not going to respond to the danger. How do you do that? You convince people they're not in danger. That's called sedation. That's called mind control. That's called manipulation of your mind and body. So if you can convince people you are safe when you are in danger, this is how you don't understand. You could be sitting in the mouth of the dragon or the lion or the belly or whatever, and don't understand his mouth can close and clip you at any time. Okay? So now, one of the tricks that the fallen angels have done is make you what they call easy pickings. So if a hunter can cheat by doping its prey, then it's easy to kill it. So if you're out there, for example, and you're hunting a deer, or you're hunting some kind of an animal, or even if you go fishing or whatever, okay, if you're able to find a way to make that animal go to sleep or trance or become unaware that it's in danger, okay, this will make it easier for you to capture it. Okay? So what we're talking about is, in these scriptures that we're using against the people who wrote it, okay, that's why I'm using the CJB a little bit, because everything is about whether you are being hunted or you be a hunter. This is the world we're living in that you don't understand. You're either hunted or you're the hunter. Now, in the Most High's kingdom, you are above the hunted and the hunter. So therefore, the hunter cannot destroy you if you're being hunted, if you are in the truth. Now, where do you become destroyed? When you're in the lie. Okay? So if the hunter catches you in the lie, then now you will become destroyed. Okay? So that's what we're talking about when we say the dragon is going to play possum, or he's going to play the good guy. Oh, no, see, but I'm really the bad guy. And that's what we're talking about when we say the inti yapome, is people are going to tell you something, I'm the good guy. And if you take their word for it, and they happen to be the bad guy, that's when you're not listening to the one that's saying, hey, you're in harm's way. You're not sober. You're not understanding it. You're causing harm. You're not actually doing good. It's just meant to look like it's good. So then how they define what's good and bad now becomes ingrained in the mind of thinking that you're not being a harmful person to your own children, when every day you really are. Okay? So now when we go to Proverbs 26:11, it says, as a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. And you're just meant to think that they're not. And that's part of the way it works. If the false Messiah can make you think that you're not in dog vomit, okay, then that makes it easy to fool you into a world that doesn't exist or truth that don't matter. Okay? So that's what we call gullibility. That's called you fell for the fool. So if you're gullible, and that's why those who felt like they were gypped, when I talk about those who felt like the Most High gypped them, this is what they're living off of. It's like, no, we want you to continue to be gullible and believe what we say is true, even though it's not. Okay? So as a snow in summer and as a rain in the harvest, so honor is not seeming for a fool. As the bird by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse costless shall not come. A whip from the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back. Okay, right there. This is important to when you hear them keep telling you, goyim, cattle, herd mentality. You just going with the flow. Okay? So now a fool is the person that believes the lies. Okay? So then you become a slave to the liars. Okay? So when you become a slave to the liars, they can change the game however they want to see fit to match what they want to show you. But in reality, you never stop being a horse, you never stop being an ass, and you never stop being a cow or cattle. Okay? Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also become like unto him. And that's why we're telling people, okay? If you're encountering people that have a herd mentality, this is why I keep trying to tell people debating is pointless. This is what he's talking about. So this is why I'm trying to show people you yourself are causing your own problem by engaging in people who have a herd mentality or who continue to promote a false narrative. Okay? For those who are not stupid or those who remain to come out of foolishness, we understand it was one continent. It was one creation. It was one everything. That's why we understand the difference between those who know the truth and know the lies. Now, the folly is the fool has said there are many continents. There are many countries. There are many this. There are many that. This is how the devil has laid low the Gentiles, or what we call the pagans. Okay? Our Father says, okay, if you want to believe this fool, then you go with him. But my creation is one continent, one kingdom, one power. This is what we call the strong delusion. Okay? But now this so-called fool has created many fools to believe him. So then the fool's knowledge gets passed down to generations. So then as you continue to believe the lie, then the lie becomes the truth. So then in that regards, you never stop being cattle. You never stop being a jackass. You never stop being a horse. You never stop being a cow. And that is what that tree of knowledge and tree of knowledge, good of evil represents. You become an animal in your way of thinking and not a human being. So now you can say you're a human being but you think like an animal. So then what happens is that's how you live. Because animals have emotions and you can sense it. They can act nice. They've seen horses, dogs can they smile, they're happy. Okay. All right. So you now, your characteristics now resemble an animal and not a person. Okay. And this is what we're talking about is a double-minded person will be animal-minded, what we call reprobates. Okay. So if you become reprobate-minded, then you do not know how to get to the truth. No way. Okay. So now, answer a fool according to his folly, lest they be wise in his own conceit. So it's like you tell somebody says, man, I know this is the word of God. It's like, okay, well, you say this is the word of God. Then why do I not see you manifesting the power of him? Why are you not raising the dead? Didn't the Messiah said raise the dead? Well, yeah. But I don't see you doing it. You say that you follow Christ. This is what we're talking about. You take what they say and what they believe and show them, well, wait a minute. He said that he came not but for the house of the 12 tribes. Okay, Israel. I'll say Israel, but he didn't say Israel, but we lose that for example. Okay, who are they? Oh, these are these people that they call, okay, that's the whole concept. Somebody told you. But is that really the truth? I don't know. I just believe what my mom's dad said. I remember, okay, and that's what we're talking about. Well, mama said, daddy said, auntie said, grandmama said, you don't go with what men say. That's the whole point. You never go with what men say. You go with what the Most High says. Okay? And that's the difference between what we're talking about. The Most High knows who his people are. The Most High knows what he called them, and the Most High knows what they should look like. It's just like when you're a parent and you have children. You say, I'm going to lead by example. But see, the concept is, and this is where the people who have been led by the foolish have made you think they made you think that you are imitating the God of not of truth. This is what they made you believe. But what you are really imitating is the God of half-truths. And I can show you, okay? Look outside. Look around the world. Does this resemble the kingdom of non-hypocrisy, of power, of positivity? No. It is the land of confusion all over the place. You just got to see how people are acting with each other. Okay? So now, because the word was turned into of no effect, you now imitate the fool and his folly and not the God who wasn't a fool. But then that's why you don't get yourself into arguments and debates with people who think with a reprobate mind. It's like, okay, then there's no, if I understand you are reprobate minded, that you're thinking like the animal mentality and not the human mentality, then we can't have a discussion. Have a nice day. Because the reality is that's what people are now going to find out. When this veil is coming off, very soon, you're going to see in the spirit, you are animals. Whatever animal they pick for you is what you became. Because this is how it works. In the spirit, you're an animal, or you're a negative, or whatever. But in reality, you're not a human being. So then, in order to be with the Most High's kingdom, you cannot be an animal on the inside. What I mean is a cattle. You cannot be. So if you're gonna be, if you look like the cow god, then this is who you're gonna be, the cow god. Okay. And that's what we're talking about. If the frog god, whatever, and this is what Legion stands for. Okay, you have every single false god, but the one who knows the truth. Okay, so this is where you spend your energy focusing on. That's why you identify with animals, or people who are animal-like thinking, and you are against those who are not like that. It's like, no, I'm not a herd. I was never meant to be a herd mentality. I don't agree. Something is off. Why do I think that somebody's hiding jealousy comes in with many people? Well, why don't you ever think? How come you don't act like we act? How come you don't do like how we do? You know something I don't know, or something wrong with you? Okay, no, it's not that something's wrong with anybody. It's the fact that something doesn't make sense. But they have conditioned you because you're sedated to not know this. And what I mean by sedated, I mean what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're taking into your body is keeping you in a animal-like mentality. And they're controlling it based upon how they send out the signals, because that's how it goes. Okay? And they mocked you in Cinderella. And that's what they were showing you. That things are all made through, things are not real. Okay? So now, and also, they did, like stuff like Alice in Wonderland, and that's what Disney was about. Okay, that's what Disney was doing. They were like, you are the animals, you are not the person. Okay, and that's why you respond to them that way. So then it says, he that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cutteth off the feet and drinketh the damage. And so what he's talking about is when you go off of a fool, now you have made the person crippled. Okay, this is what we're talking about, cripple, and that's what Cain is about. Because Cain is a fool. Esau is a fool. All these people are idiots. Okay, so then all these people in the Bible that did wickedly in the side of the Most High, if you believe them, then you make your people cripple. Okay, and that's what they're demonstrating when they're showing this concept of a reality versus when it's not. So then they create alternatives to you being crippled. Okay, and I know I can tell this because he said it, so you can't take it down. He said it out of his own mouth. Okay, when RFK says the system benefits off of a sick child, he told you a half truth. And I'm going to tell you why. Because that's not just America. Okay? That is not just America. Because here's the problem. People will say, oh, but other countries, they're going to give you free health care for people that are sick. Stop right there. Here's the problem. If I'm not thinking with a reprobate mind, then why am I sick? So then why do I even need health care? Even if you're paying for it. That's the trick. The Messiah even said, I did not come for those who know how to stay out of sickness, but for those who keep getting into sickness. Okay, that's the problem. So it's like, wait a minute. So you provide me health care. Okay, but how am I getting sick? And what's the cause of it? Okay, that's what we're saying when it comes about reprobate minded. Okay, because it's like animals. You got to take them to the vet. Okay, because they get sick. Well, that's what happens when you are like an animal. You're gonna get what they get. Okay, so you're living your life not understanding, and this is why they don't want you to know. When I am not like the animals, my mind and my body knows how to fix itself. Okay, when my mind is sober, my mind is correct, then I will get instructions on how to keep myself well from the kingdom. And this is what he was talking about, okay? Because anytime you receive advice from someone who is not in the kingdom, then you become their puppet. You don't get it. This is how the devil trick people. You take the folly, you take the fool's advice, then you become the fool's property. Whether it's natural or unnatural, it doesn't matter. Okay? All right. So now, the legs of the lame are not equal. So the parable of the mouth of fools, as he that bindeth a stone in a sling, so is he that giveth honor to a fool. And this is when we talk about throwing stones. Okay? That is why Massindici, or the real Messiah, said, wait a minute. If you are a fool, meaning that you are also in your folly, or you are also ignorant to your own wickedness, then you need to throw the stone at yourself, not just at anybody else. And that's why he stopped it. He says, because I am the person, there is no folly within me. I am not a fool. Okay? So if I am not a fool, remember this, he cannot then become the fool. This is how they tricked you with religion. This is why it's called religare, bind again. And this is what the sorcerer made you think. The sorcerer made you think the one who was never a fool became the fool. Baloney. Okay, he cannot. The Most High's kingdom cannot become the fool. This is the concept of the deception. Okay, our Father cannot become the fool, but to defeat the fool. Okay. Okay, so now, as a thorn goeth up into the hand of a drunkard, so is the parable in the mouth of fools. So then, that's why the fools push thorns on the one they called him a fool, and that's why they use the thorns. But here's the problem. You got these people now thinking that you are connected to the one that got the thorns pushed in his head, when you are connected to the one that put the thorns in his head, which is Herod, he was an Edomite. Because the point is, to be a hypocrite makes you Esau. To not be a hypocrite makes you Jacobi, or what they want to call Jacob. Fine. So then the concept is, if you say I am with Jacob, or I'm with the God of Jacob, that means there is no dog vomit in me, or I am not trying to stay in dog vomit, because that's what we're dealing with now. Coming out of the system means, like what he's showing you, I'm trying to come out of the dog vomit and learn how to stay out of the dog vomit. But then you got people out here that's like, oh, nope. See, you got to stay in your dog vomit and get crippled. And that's what the Father was talking about when he said, anyone that's going to teach the children to become dog vomit or become crippled, I am going to tear you to pieces when the time comes for the judgments. Meaning that he will be the lion that kicks your butt than the lion that leads you out of the problem. Okay? And that's what we're talking about. Either you're going to be the lion that's going to get, they say, come on with me. You're here. You're good. You're safe. The protective lion. Or you're going to be part of the lion that's been ripping you up in pieces. So you're not like Ezamueli or Daniel in the pit where the lion said, I'm not touching this guy. You are the one that's always getting scratched. You're always getting scratched. So he's scratching you, And then finally he takes your head off. And that's it. Okay? And that's what we're talking about, is a one that is in folly is the one that's constantly getting scratched by the lion in the pit. He's coming around. Next thing you know, and then he's crunching you and you're gone. Okay? This is how they designed the system that you live in right now. The whole thing is like this. You think you're not getting your butt kicked by the lion in the pit, like Daniel, when you are. and he's tearing your butt up. Okay? That's what we call being married to the idiot. Okay? The idiot is letting you get damaged. Okay? The one who's not the idiot is not letting you get damaged. Even if they try, you won't get damaged. Everything with you is fine because you'll be whole. Even on this side or the other side, you're going to remain whole. So even if you die, you didn't touch me. I'm good. You didn't get me. I never died. Okay? So, like it says, the great God or the former that formed all things both rewarded now listen to this, both rewarded the fool and rewarded transgressors. As a dog returned to his vomit, so a fool returned to his folly. So this is why you're going to understand. If you want to be rewarded like a fool, then he's going to give you like a fool. And this is where you get these people that start to believe, oh, I'm prospering and I'm getting all kind of money from the Most High, but they full of folly. They full of dog vomit. They spitting it out. Okay? Oh, but the Most High bless me. The Most High cannot bless sin. No way. But you said, oh, but I'm born again. I'm a Christian. Christian is the dog vomit. That's the problem. Christianity is the vomit. So you're not getting anywhere clean on the inside but the outside. If you are getting cleaned on the inside, they're not letting you into a congregation of folly. You're not going to be around those sorcerers. They're going to have an issue with like, I don't think so. You're going to expose the hustle. Because anyone that knows you're being hustled is going to expose those who are. And that was the issue that they battled with the fool who was doing sorcery and witchcraft. And remember, it says it right there in the Bible. He looked like a god. Okay? He was like, oh, his eyes were lighting up. Yeah. Okay? He was doing oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Do this. Okay? He was lit up. Okay? But his power came from the idiots. He was filled with the dead gods. And where were they getting their power from? Let me tell you where they're getting their power from. The chosen, the people with the law in their hearts. So they're getting their power from the people who were in the covenant. The only way they can't get your power from you is if you don't pay attention to their crap. But see, that's the whole point. You got doped up. You got drugged. You're like this. You're like the horse. You like the horse that's going in a circle, but you like this. Okay? Oh, they doped up they put dope in your hay. They put dope in your water. Okay? So you're drunk like this. And then you start to come, oh no, put the doping back up. Okay? And that's the way many people are sitting here. They're doped up in the spirit and they think they found the truth. And it's like, no, you're not even close. Okay? So you talk about how people, they dope up horses to win races, they cheat. They always cheat with us. Because they're in a race with the Most High, they doping up the horses, they doping up the cattle, they doping up everybody. Oh yeah, we winning because yeah, Most High, we got you, and we doped up all these people, and they don't know what the heck's happening to them. How in the world do you think you get people to stand up in front of Hollywood and do the things they do and be normal people? There's no. Let me tell you something. You're gonna find out. There's no way you're going to get people to do the things that they do if they're not out of their minds. You got to be like, oh, okay, you are under hypnosis. You are doped up. You are crazy. But you think everything's fine. It's like, no. Okay? And that's why I really applaud one of them that said, I'm going to make a movie showing you this. I was applauding that. Because I know he gave it away. He's like, man, You always doped up out here. You on drugs all the time. It doesn't matter if it's illegal or legal. Okay? So then you don't even know. While you sitting here doped up in the spirit, there's been so many things happening that you cannot see. And that's where I applaud Stanley Kubrick. I don't care what they did I know what they did to that guy. I said, thank you. I mean, the movie's kind of, be careful, it can trigger people who have issues with, sex and stuff because they know that. But he was showing you that the world you think that is among the wealthy elites, okay, is not what they tell you. Because sometimes what they putting in that thing that they swinging, okay, it may look like frankincense and myrrh, but it might have a little spike to it. It might have a little bit of coke, a little bit of hallucinogen in there. You know what I'm saying? They might be hitting you with one of them hallucinogens out there, like, oh, okay, I stand up, I sit down, thank you, Jesus, I thank you, Lord. And then at that point, you can now convince people to go and do something thinking that the Most High loves it and they hate it. Sorry about the noise, I'm sorry. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to tell you is, seest thou a wise man in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. And that's why we're saying, that's why the Messiah the Messiah repeated this. That's why we say it's one script, it's no New Testament, it's one testament. Because he repeated what he did is he repeated everything that the prophets of old said because he was them. You don't understand it. That's why he said, I didn't come to abolish anything. You know why? Because we were all ready to do, I was already with them. I was already them. But you were in your folly until I came to fix it. Because there were still those who still believed the idiot. Okay? All right. The slothful man says, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so does the slothful man upon his bed. The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom, and grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth. So that is why the very famous pose with very many secret people is they stick their hand in their bosom. Because they are what? Hypocrites. The sluggard is wiser than his own in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. Okay? And that's what we're talking about is how we talk about it. When you're a conceited man, a conceited person, an arrogant person, there's different levels of this. Okay? You can call someone a pompous ass, and you are also a pompous ass. This is what we're talking about. You can call someone a sloth, and you are also a sloth. Because it's all about the way you are being perceived by the non-hypocritical kingdom versus the one that's a hypocrites. Okay? And that's why many people don't understand you're always being branded. And what does branded mean? You are being assigned your own identity based upon someone else's property. So so it's like this. Let me explain how this works. I'm an American. That's a brand. I'm a Canadian. That's a brand. I'm a Mexican. That's a brand. I'm a Spaniard. That's a brand. I'm Chinese. That's a brand. I'm Korean. That's a brand. Okay? I'm Russian. Psh, that's a brand. Okay? The people who run the world, they know this. You're being branded. So then when you're being branded, you are not the Most High's. Because he's like, I got my own brand. And I don't call my kingdom no Egyptian, no Libyan. And of course, then the brand then comes in. I'm a Christian. I'm a Muslim. I practice Judaism. I'm a Hindu. Okay? You're not understanding this. You're always being branded as a fool when you call yourself anything other than the Most High's brand. Okay? But again, our Messiah said, I'm more concerned with the people branding my sheep with another title than those who are devouring them. Than them being devoured, I should say. Because he said, hey, if they wear the Most High's brand, whether here or on the other side, they're good. There's nothing to worry about. Okay? And that's the problem why it says, fear the one that doesn't brand you a different title than the one who's going to give you the brand that you never die. Okay? So in your doped up state of the world, and this is when it says the whore has made the whole world drunk with the wine of her fornication. So that's how it works. When you're fornicating with the whore, you're getting a different brand every time. And these are her names of folly. So guess what? Let me break it down for you really close for those of you who are celebrating today. And I know what they're celebrating. Okay? When you call yourself anything other than the Most High's brand, then he don't know you. Okay? For real. And that's why he says, okay, my sheep have their own brand. They have their own way of looking, how they're supposed to look. So now, he's looking at, how did you treat those sheep that are supposed, and see what the devil's trying to do is scrub out the brand. He's trying to scrub it out. Oh no, see, I'm trying to get that brand off of them. Okay? But see, the problem is he can't. They wear a brand where you can't scrub it out. And so when he sees them, he's like, yo, how are you treating the people that wear my brand? Okay? And that's what gives you the kingdom, or you lose it. Okay? The kingdom says, wait a minute, who did this? How do you look like this? What? Who's responsible for this? Okay? And that's the issue that people don't understand. Okay? The Most High is looking at, wait a minute, I see what y'all doing to the people with my brand. And you think you're coming up in here? I don't think so. You must be, and when they say you must be high, you must be on drugs, you must be crazy. That's exactly what these people have you like. They know you high, they know you crazy, they know you Lulu, they know you have no clue what the heck you're talking about, but you think everything is fine. Okay? Because when you come to the Father, you're going to be like, you must be crazy. You think that you did my job? You must be crazy. You lost your mind. I don't know you. Because that's how they want you to be. You're going to look crazy to the Most High, but look sane to them. Okay? And that's what he's talking about. He that passes by and meddleth with the strife belonging not to him is like one that taketh the dog by the ears. Okay? And people know what we're talking about. They got dogs. Oh, that ain't no good thing, right? You about to get towed up. as a madman who cast his firebrands, arrows, and death. So is the man that deceiveth his neighbor and said, am I not in sport? And that's what we're talking about. The sporting game or the sport game is how many people can we get to make the Most High mad? Let's bet. And there's your $1. Okay? Because every time they attach that mammon spirit, and I'm not talking about just the $1 in American, I'm talking about paper money in general. Oh, let's bet. Let's bet to see how many people going do this today. They bet all the time. It's always a bet. Okay? And so your life is always a wager. That's what it is. Your life is always a wager. So because you are who he's concerned about, okay, let me wager how many people this woman gonna sleep with. Let me wager how many times this Christian gonna jump up and down and look stupid. They do this all the time. Let me see how many times that pastor gonna lie to them and we gonna wager. Okay? Because the concept is to them, you look stupid, but then, like I said, but they themselves are fools. And they know it. They're like, yeah, we know we stupid, but we ain't gonna tell you that. Okay? Because the concept is you need to look as dumb as we do. Okay? And that is the whole concept of where the world is going to find out. Even as they're now telling you, we made you stupid. They said so. We made you dummies. We did this, but then they're going to tell you the whole story. On whose behalf? For what reason did they make you stupid? Okay? Because they know who they are. Okay? A thief that is running the game is not going to tell you outright who I am until the Father makes the confession. You see, and that's where we're getting to now. And that's what we're talking about is many people don't know their bodies, their minds, their hearts, everything is being affected because you got a lot of criminals out here that they know they're a criminal, but they're not telling you that. But they're going to keep telling you they're not a criminal because they're really playing both sides. Okay? All right, so where no wood is there, the fire goeth out. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you are made into wood and you are chaff, then you keep the fire going. If you are the opposite, then then you're not burning like that. Okay? So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceases. See, I'm trying to tell you. So, and that's what we're talking about is peace comes from what? First of all, let's go back up. When he says it, answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like them. Well, guess what? Many people don't listen to that one. They don't. Because the reality is, if a person is speaking like an idiot, and then you answer them with their foolishness as if you go according to how they think, then you're going to return to what they are. And that's why I told people on this challenge that I was given, I don't entertain this because it's like I said, if I'm understanding that I'm in idiocracy, why am I going to debate with somebody who don't know that they're in idiocracy, or debate with somebody who knows they're creating the idiocracy? Why? Because the Messiah, see, everybody has our Creator and the Father really wrong when they think that he's going to entertain a fool in his folly. No, he's not. He's not going to do that because he knows I know way more than you do. Why am I going to waste my time debating the stupidity of it? But see, how does the devil trick you? Make you mad, pissed off, man. Okay, I attack your personal character, then I'm going to sucker you into the fight. Okay, that's an easy ploy for people that want to be, don't understand, you got some pride in your heart you didn't get rid of. Okay, this is when people want to say, oh yeah, let's box then, let's fight, let's go. You think you mad, you think you bad behind? Okay, the Most High is in a fight with the devil, but he already said, I already beat this guy. So what are you talking about? I beat him already. This is round 10. He about to go out for the count. We done. Boom. Okay. And those are the 10 kingdoms we're talking about. I knocked one kingdom down. Bam. Got back up. Knocked another kingdom down. Bam. All the way to the 10th round. That's why I found out the coding in a movie that I was like, I've seen this movie 100 times and never caught on to what he meant when he says it's the bottom of the knife, it's time for the big one. And for those of you who have seen Top Gun, I don't know, a million times, he is not talking about fighter jets. He never was. Anthony Edwards coded it right there. It's the bottom of the knife, it's time for the big one. He was talking about the final battle between the Most High and Lucifer. And the bottom line is that they know, hey, we ain't getting back up from this one, but if you with us, neither are you. And that's what they talk. But we're still gonna fight, but we ain't getting back up. When the Most High come with this last blow, that's it. But they still think they're gonna get up, like a boxing match, and that's why they turned it like that. That's what it really is. It's about. It's a we're fighting the Most High, and the Most High said, "Okay, I come with the first one." Bam. They got back up. I come with the next one. Boom. They keep coming back up. All right. Last time. Last round. They only do the last round. Okay. That's why you drunk. You're like, oh, last round. They got you intoxicated. So all you people intoxicated, here you go. Boom. Now you're really seeing the Tweety birds and okay. And you know when they say you're seeing stars and all that? Okay, that's what they know. When you knocked out and you feeling drunk and you're seeing the wrong stars. You're seeing the wrong bird. Okay? But when you sober, you under the good star. And you see, I'm just gonna do this. I had a brother that sent me this picture of a map. Okay? Oh, let me go into this. And that's what the symbolism when the singer Prince, Kosana, he said purple rain. Nobody understand what he was talking about, except for the people who know what he was talking about. Because there are two types of purple and gold. There's the purple and gold of the righteous king, and there's a purple and gold of the other unrighteous king. And that was the two sides to Solomon. Okay? He was the purple and gold that was really good, and then he turned into the purple and gold that was the witch and the warlock, and he was under the trance. And he went and did something he wasn't supposed to. Okay? It's that simple, people. It's that simple. And now everybody who's under the Tino Solomon that's doing the things he shouldn't have done has now created a world that looks like garbage to the Father. It's like, this is not my kingdom. I don't see none of this stuff. I don't see countries. I see a kingdom. And this is where the one who wanted to wear the purple and gold, I'll tell you who I'm talking about, Esau and Cain and all the others, they have tranced you to think that you now serve the Messiah that wears the purple and gold that's righteous. When you're following the one that wears the purple and gold who's wicked, and it doesn't matter what color he is. because all of them were in the purple and gold of the idiots the one who became the idiot after he messed up. And that's what happened to our kingdom. The Banabeta of Isolele, some of us followed the one, some of us got away from him, and we're not going to follow you because you under spell. Others said, okay, yeah, we going down with this. And that's what the Messiah was like, hey, no. And that's what Messenger, the real Messiah came and said, stop following the jackass. That's why he wrote in on the jackass to begin with. That was the whole purpose of that. He wrote in on the jackass to show you, I'm above the jackass. I am above Baal. Because the jackass represented the lowest version or the most stubborn version of the kingdom of Baal. That's why he did it. Okay, Kosana, Kosana, Kosana. Oh yeah, laying the palms down. They don't understand. All kings got palms, not just him. They always wave the palms for a king, for a Moni Kongo. We always wave the palms for a king of kings. Okay, Davidi got palms. Solomon got palms. All the kings got palms. Everybody who was considered righteous got palms. Okay, this is why they got offended, because there was no palms for Herod. They kind of did it, but they were mad because, like, wait a minute. Then who is the king of kings here? This guy Herod, or no? And that's why they got upset, because Herod was not the bloodline. No, he was not. Not even a little bit. Well, let me put it like this. He was a Bana and Saka, but not Yakubi. And see, the same with Ismaili. He was a Bana, but not in Saka. And so, and then Nimrod, he was replaced by Abana, what you want to call Abraham. So the reality is, the world you're living in today has tricked you into thinking you are talking to the one that was on the jackass when you're talking to the one who became the jackass. Okay, this is what we're talking about. So you're always a babbling idiot. You're always on a fool's errand. You're always, what's the other thing? Robbing Kepha to pay Saula, because that's what it was. It was not robbing Peter to pay Paul, because that was the sorcerer himself. So the sorcerer is always robbing himself to pay himself. You got to get that, okay? So now when we talk about Isamuele and the situation with the temple of Solomon, it was called in Zoan Zombie, it was never called a synagogue. Synagogue is French for synagogue, which means God's sin, Gogo's sin. And Gogo or God, Gogo, see, you see, every time you heard the dude from Wham, what was his name? George Michael, right? Wake me up before you go. Go was our word for grandmother. He was saying, so everyone you see, someone would say abuela, tia, old mother, whatever. In our language, that was gogo, ngogo. Okay? So then you had the war between ngogo and magogo. Magogo means many old mothers. Okay? It's just more than one. It's like grandma versus grandmas. Okay? Plural, singular, plural. That's all that was. Mugogo. Ma was the word, how we did plural. Okay? And see, because Eswe spoke the language, he knows that. He spoke the Most High's language, so he knows the difference. That's why I try to tell people, don't get it twisted with these idiots about who. When I say idiots, I'm talking about the spirit, not necessarily person, because yeah, I'm talking about these idiot spirits. Okay? They got you out here. Like I said, that's why we battle against the spirit, not the flesh. These people don't know they're being deceived. This is why we messed up. Okay, this is how we messed up. The Most High said, we as a nation were supposed to be a light unto the idiots. Because that's what he's talking about, is like these idiots out here think that these knuckleheads are their gods. Okay, they don't know what they're going through. They got them playing all kind of games, and they tearing them up. And I mean, when I say tearing them up, You know what I'm talking about. For those that understand what Sodom and Gomorrah was about. Okay? If you think that place disappeared, that was part of the ring, diggity bobbity. Because, boy, let me tell you, they wanted to erase that history for a reason. Okay? Oh, yeah. They tore up this whole earth with some people getting, okay? And that's how you keep getting the generational curses now that started to accumulate, especially for our people, because generational curses, let me explain something to you. People are really deceived. Generational curses only applied to the 12 tribes because the other people were already under a curse. So what does it matter? Okay? They were dealing with whatever agreements they made with these false gods. So they always wanted to collect. Okay? We did an exchange, so this is what I want. People don't remember and they don't know a lot of their ancestors are a victim of these deals. So this is what's really happened to the people around us. They don't know. But see, the point is you can still be nice in ignorance. Okay? You can still be nice in your dog vomit. You can still be loving in your dog vomit. You can still be all of these things, but you're always breaking one law. The one who gets you out of the dog vomit. And that's the way when this world going to wake up. I had conversations with my neighbor. People got wealthy on their own. I said, listen, that's the lie. This is the lie. Wealth is not needed to bust your butt for in the fashion that you have been taught by this system. Wealth is already yours. This is the issue. The Most High paying you, not you paying the Most High. Big difference. If the Most High is paying you to do your job, you in good standing. If you got to pay the Most High because you didn't do your job, boy, you don't have enough. That's hell. That's where you are. See, everybody right now doesn't have enough to even pay the Most High if you die today. That's why when people go to the grave, they say, oh, you don't owe. Remember how they take away the debt, right? It's gone. You know why? Because you're going to pay on the other side. Oh, yeah. Because you don't have enough. Okay? That's why now they're showing you, this stuff we taught you in science is a lie. This stuff we taught you in the school system is not real. This stuff we taught you in the churches, oh, no, it's not real. The money we gave you, no, it means nothing. Okay? Why? Because now we're to the point where they have to fess up. We fooled you. And see, the problem is, this is what tripped me out. The people who told you fooled you, you're saying, no, we didn't. No, they didn't. No, you didn't fool us. No, I don't want to believe it. No, you didn't fool me. And I'm sitting there like, look, if someone tells you who they are, believe them, okay? And they're going to tell you, but these people are Ashkenaz. That image of that white Jesus they put up there, that they put in that movie, what was it called? God is Not Dead? Or that child saw? That was Ashkenaz. That's who he saw. That was Cain. Okay? That was not our Messiah. No, it was not. But see, Ashkenaz was more brown. He was darker than that. That's big old snarl, that's him. Okay? So now, that's the most I said. You wanted to be he said you wanted the Ashkenazi Jews savior to be your savior, then you go with that one. Okay? That's how it goes. whatever you choose to be your savior, you're going to go with that person. And see, the reality is you can be like Messiah because you can't replace him. This is the lie. The sorcerer going to always spin this in his favor. And that's when the Most High going to make you look stupid. Because I told people, they both black. Clarence is black and Masinisi was black. Okay? And then I know his name is Clarence. I always wondered where that name came from. I got a relative with that name. I was trying to figure out, that's what my grandfather named in that name? Clarence? And I'm like, whoa, okay. Because they know throughout the history, that is who the sorcerer was. And he is pretending to be a judge, jury, and executioner when he is a clown. So now, let me tell you something. The Most High going to vacate so many people's, you know how they say, I'm going to vacate the judgment, okay? You got a lot of people out here that the clown said was guilty, and he's going to say, nope, I'm vacating these because you got the people that did it. They should be there with them. And in many cases, they didn't even do it. Like they said, I'm innocent. It was like, yeah, they were. You were the fall guy. They have a fall guy out there for many of these people who are really guilty. Okay, you don't get it. In the secret societies, they're going to pick a fall guy. You're going to be the fall guy for this. The Most High is like, I'm done with the fall guys. Not no more. Okay, now I'm going to be the person who actually did the crime. Okay, so when we're talking about the truth versus a lie, and why people cannot find peace, and why people stay in agony, it's because you need to quit lying to yourself. You need to tell the truth to yourself, and you need to tell the truth to your family, and you need to quit being a stumbling block, and you need to quit being in dog vomit. Is that going to happen to everybody? No. So don't expect it. So don't try to make it happen. If they don't want to believe what you said, like I told people, that cross that they brought to us in colonial times was always used in witchcraft from the beginning of the time that they weeping for Tammuz. There's a brother who even put it in my thing. He says there's a temple he showed me in Egypt. It was on there. Okay? When I was talking to, it's actually Clarence's cross. The idiot, the folly. He was a Banabeto of Isolele. Yes, he was. That's his cross. Okay? The Most High knows this. The cross they put Masinisi on was the Osiris cross, which was a common cross to be used against our people. Because Osiris knew the difference between those who were the righteous seed and those who were dummies. Okay? That were following his idiot behind. Okay? So when they came to our kingdom and we got crucified, we always went on the Osiris cross because that is who the Most High cut his head off. Okay? King Congo cut off the head of Nimrod. So that's why when they stole the Most High's cross, because when it happened is they laid him in a tomb with his arms crossed. Okay? But the X belonged to the Most High. Because that was the symbolism that was even on top of his tower. To say, I replace you. I am the God now. Okay? That's what he was telling people. It was like, what? You replace me? Okay. The Most High did not answer him to his folly. He said, okay, we're going to see who's who out here. And we saw what happened. But see, the problem is they don't stop challenging the one they can never replace because they're going to continue to remain in ignorance until the Most High stops the magic. Okay, and which is coming very soon. Okay, because in magic, you can make people keep doing things over and over. What the heck am I doing here? Okay, but they don't get it. It's like, no. And that's why they will never stop until the Most High breaks the wand. The thing. All right. And it's going to be like, huh? What was I doing? What did I do? I did what? Okay. Because when the magician's power don't exist, you're going to see who you are. And this is the concept, is like, that's the way people are going to find out what they have been doing to not only the sheep, but his kingdom. Okay? So the competition of who's better, okay, a lot of people are letting themselves get into a contest because the wizard is continuing to play his game. I'm not in that contest. I'm not trying to see who can do what. You know, they call it the urination or the pissing contest. That's not me. I don't need to be in a contest like that. What for? Okay? So you know more than I do. That's the way it's supposed to be. No one could know everything. The Most High made it like that on purpose, so that when people bring knowledge together, they can use it. But the problem is, people are bringing knowledge together with people who are they themselves spies and Judases and stabbing people in the back. And they're lying about it. And that's the whole point, is when you catch a Judas, they always want payback. Always. Or when you make a Judas mad, they want to get even. That's sorcery. That's what the Messiah was talking about. He said, look, do not return evil for evil on your brother. He was specifically talking to the 12 tribes, people. Yeah, the heathens might have been sitting there listening, but that's who it was for. But he was not addressing the people who were Esau. He's like, they ain't going to get it. They're going to always stab each other in the back. Always. Okay? And that's the way that's what they do. Esau always stabbing his own people in the back. And and the other 70 tribes that he did it to, that's why they're getting messed over. The whole world is getting messed over because the kingdom of Esau is going to always stab you in the back. That's why he's stabbing you in the back right now with all of these penal colonies he called countries that he made, because that's what they are. Every single country with their own flag, it still falls under the flag of Esau. They just don't get it, because he is the one that they call Jesus. Okay? He's above all of the Lucifer made him a king, so that's why all the other angels are afraid of him. But the Most High is like, that's not my son. We are not afraid of the damn sorcerer. And we need to stop being afraid of the damn sorcerer. And we need to understand the Wizard of Oz can't touch nobody if you're in the truth. No. But is he going to make you suffer? Of course he is, until his power is done, which is coming very soon. And this is what they're preparing for. Pretty soon the jig is up. Oh, we're going to get ready. And that's where we're at. See, they're going to keep playing the game and playing the game, rehash and rehash and rehash and rehash, because they set you up for the grand finale, the biggest lie they ever told you. Okay? I have said this many times. The world is being played by many actors. Why do you think they pick actors to become politicians? Because they make the best. They know how they look. They know how it works. They know how to play roles. They know how to get into character and get out of character all the time. And they wear different masks when they play different people on different roles in different movies. You think they're not doing that in front of you in the politics? You're going to find out you're really stupid with that. They've been doing that for years, because all of those people that they brought out because they have been doing this since they invented acting in the Greeks and in the past. They know how to bring people in and out of character, so that when they get themselves into character, that is a spirit that's on them. It helps them with that. Yes, it does. They take on another person. They become a different spirit all the time. Okay? And you don't get it. So they become like Marilyn Monroe, or they become like this. You don't get it. These people are always there. Okay? Because they don't go anywhere. It's a lie. Oh, he's gone to heaven. He gone to doggy heaven. You're going to find this out. Dog God heaven. The Most High don't have nobody doing sorcery against his people in his kingdom. No. The only exemption is if they forced you into something you didn't want to do. He cannot make a guilty charge when we go to the judgment seat. Well, you were a baby and they did this to you. That's why the Father's saying a fool, one who was turned into a fool by force, will get into a kingdom that for one who doesn't realize they are a fool. That is what we were talking about with the whore. Okay, you've been turned into a whore against your will. Yeah, you're going to get into the kingdom for the people who don't know they volunteered to be a whore. Okay, and that's what we're talking about. Because that's what this system is. It's about being sold. It's about being hustled. It's about being exchanged, merchandise. Yeah, they're not going to tell you that you are being sold like a $2 hoe for a dollar bill. Everybody's being sold for $1 because you're a hoe. That's what you worth. And some of you are, that's why all these countries, why is their money less than $1? Because you less than $1 hoe. You ain't worth nothing to us. You spit. Okay? When you worth more than $1, it's like, oh, you a better hoe than us. Because I'm telling you, people, they're going to come out with it. America's a big old hoe. Oh, yeah. Big time. Always buying and selling this hoe. You don't get it. Okay? Canada's a hoe. Mexico, everybody's a damn hoe. Because if you have to buy and sell what you already own, then you played. So you're with the players. So you're getting bought and sold all day long. Okay? That's the stock market. If you don't want to believe me, you're about to find out. And what was funny was Eddie Murphy told you. You're a couple of bookies. Yep. Hustlers. Everybody's being played by the hustlers. You always being hustled. All around the world, everywhere you go, it's a hustle on you. And I told people, when you want to expose the hustle, then you become the hustler. What? How am I being the hustler if I'm trying to expose the hustle? Oh, but you part of this hustle. This is what you did. I said, but I didn't get in here voluntarily. I was forced into it. I didn't make a choice from a baby. When you put all that stuff in my body, and I have eaten stuff that my mom and dad didn't know, I'm telling you, that's what's going to make them frustrated, because all babies are being doped up. All of them. In a system where you are going through their medical cares. Okay? This is for education purpose only, for entertainment. So the point is, that's what I'm trying to tell you. This is not even my own words. This is coming from the person who just took over for Donald Trump. But see, the problem is, you're still under a spell. If you think people, the Most High see America, to him, America, this is the whore. And you have made the whole world drunk with the wine of the fornication. But see, then Americans get offended. Well, I'm not no whore. Okay? Well, this is what I'm telling you. What do you think let me tell you what I'm trying to tell you. That is a giant ding-a-ling in the middle of Washington, D.C. You think they don't know what an obelisk is? It is the phallic or the ding-a-ling of Osiris. So yeah, everybody's getting shafted. You know what I mean? Okay, and they're out there. Now they're telling you, you got shafted. We messed you over. Oh, no, I don't want to believe that. Okay. You don't understand. To the wealthy people, you ain't worth more than $1. And some of you less. And even that dollar right now, it ain't even worth its weight in gold. The problem is you are the one selling yourself short. So that's when they keep telling you when you go to church, we all fall short of the glory of God. Correct. If you are believing in that mammon spirit going to save you, when you go to in the collection plate and all this other stuff, you got hustled, man. Everybody been hustled because you the money in all these churches. That's why they're trying to tell you. You're paying taxes on yourself, you're making loans on yourself, and you're paying interest on yourself. This is the game. Okay? And the problem is, even if you say, well, I don't pay taxes no more, it don't matter. If you are selling the Most High's bread, you're already going to get in trouble. Or if whatever's going to get the Most High people back into the kingdom, it's like, and also said, that is also a strong delusion on people. If you think you can buy my kingdom, then go right ahead and keep selling it. Because it's like this. You have children. They live in a house. Okay, this is the logic you're not paying attention to. This is how the world's being played. Does a 5-year-old child help you pay the mortgage? Or a 3-year-old child help you pay the mortgage? No. Well, that's what you're doing with the Most High right now. You are his children, and it's like, but I already paid the mortgage. It's like this. It's paid. I don't owe nothing to nobody. So what are you paying for? This is the concept. His children are now paying for what was already paid off. This is how they got you. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to, oh my goodness. It's already paid off. My house, the Zoan Zombie, okay? Everything is paid for. I got I got the receipts, okay? Everything is good. I'm in good standing. I don't owe Lucifer nothing. He owed me, okay? So what you paying for? What are you paying for? This is the hustle of the countries you live in. Every last one of them. Every last one of them is branded under another God. Because the Most High said, I told y'all, Libya, where they keep talking about Gaddafi, that was the wife of Nero. Okay, Nero was a hypocrite. So yeah. So when Gaddafi, he go and say, I'm gonna help the people in America. No, they said, wait a minute. These my hoes. What you talking about? No. You do what you do with your hoes over there. That's what they're talking about. That's what really happened. You want to pay that, but see, they didn't like it because that's what happened. But Libya is a part of the big hole. What you talking about? This is what you don't get, people. And why do you think? That's why the whore said, I don't think so. Because you got Bantus over there. You got the Most High people in your country. Now they're going to get paid off. I own these people. I don't want that. And that's why people don't understand. When Toko came here and Kimbangu came here and other people came here, they're saying, look at y'all. You letting this woman, this witch, and this warlock, okay, hustle you, the madam and the sir. You're getting pimped out all day long and you're loving it in the dog vomit. And you think you're not a hoe. This is what the Most High was talking about in Hosea. Okay? This is what they did. They flipped the script on you and you turned back into Malia Magdala before she got clean. That's what happened in the 1400s. That's what they did after the Most High, after he did what he did. And then they lied about the whole history about how that went down. Okay? They felt embarrassed that he could clean her up and they couldn't do it. They hated that because he's like, oh, you're going to show off? Okay. Oh, we got you. We're going to show you, Mom. You know, they know how they're going to call, they call them names. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. You show the devil up, he going to get even. That's the way it's been from the beginning. Okay? And I'm trying to tell people, man, if you thought that they were afraid of the Messiah doing his stuff, this is how you got played. They did not fear a Messiah. Never did. Until they get their what? Until they get jacked up. Okay, let me get these angels down here and start tearing up some people. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, but we coming back though. That's how they play the game. We coming back, but we're gonna come back. Yeah, we're coming back. See, and that's the mindset that you are blinded by. It's like they got you in church and in the synagogue and in the temple. Here you are fighting the devil every day in prayer and fasting. Then why hasn't he been knocked out yet? What's going on with all this sin and everything that's going on in the world? Oh, we need our Savior. Man, if you don't get it, the world is changing because those of us realize we bring the power against his kingdom ourselves. When we know who we are, we send the angels to go beat him up. We do this. The people who know how it works is how it works. A Messiah cannot beat the kingdom of a person cannot beat Lucifer's kingdom in dog vomit, to being a hypocrite, sitting in their own filth and don't even know it. No way. That's why they turned it into individualism. They did it, they tricked you. Oh, for me and my house. Okay, but what about the whole house? The whole house. What about me and my house? Okay? And that's why people are now raising a bunch of goats. And they can't get their children to act right because you're giving them goat food and not sheep food. Because you hypnotized, you drunk. Okay? And like I told you, it's because you're living in lies. You cannot raise sheep living in lies. Never. If you are not telling the truth, you're living a lie. If you don't know you're being lied to, you automatically making goats. And that's the issue with how Lucifer or the fallen ones, or whatever you want to say he is, has deceived the whole world. Okay? You trudging through dog vomit and all this other stuff, living a lie, and you think you know the Most High. Yeah, right. You're going to find out, because when he come through and he going to start exposing this stuff more and more, what do you think I'm doing here? I'm not just doing this because I want to. I could be doing anything else than this. Oh, yeah, I just want to just sit here for a couple of hours or two just talking. Okay? There's other things that could be done. But the point is, I understand now what I was confused about since I was a child. Okay, that's what it is. I was like, I was confused. I'm like, I don't get it. There's no confusion here. I know what it is. Okay? Now my intentions are to continue to rise up, but that's the problem. They don't want you to. Those who know who you can become, they want to keep you down. And that's the whole world, by the way. So they figure if we can make sure that none of their champions rise up, we got it. We make sure that we catch them all. No. Okay? We're going to make sure we stop them. That's their goal always. We kill them all. No, if nobody gets enough power to be if we don't get people that's more powerful than Superman, we good. Okay? That's the goal. You cannot become more powerful than Zeus. You cannot become more powerful than Odin. You cannot become more powerful than the witch, than Wonder Woman. No, don't let that happen. Then it's over. Okay? This is what we're talking about. You are more powerful than any one of these demigods that they put on television that say they fake. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. You really believed it. Those are the gods of Olympus that you watching you got your children wearing their clothes and everything all the time. Oh, but I know Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and you got your child running around with Athena clothes on. Yeah, because that's who that lady is. That's just another name she go by. Her name's a blasphemy. You say you know the Most High, and you're running around wearing outfits for Tammuz and his different names. Assume the identity. You don't even, man, Spider-Man is wicked, evil. But you got your kids running around, oh yeah, this and this and that. But then when we tell you, no, man, you crazy, you stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. Fine. Because Batman is wicked. Him and the Joker are on the same side. They just act like they're different. And he is not fake. He's a demon, for real. Okay? They playing this game on you, people. Okay? It's a lie. You don't get it. Because you became reprobate-minded and believed the lie, then the super friends are who you pray to. The Most High is like, I don't have nothing to do with y'all. You like them super friends? Those are your gods. That's why they condition your children on Saturday morning. That's why they have the comic books. That's why they did all of this stuff. So now the law becomes of no effect to whom? His children. Boy, I don't know how y'all gonna handle the next phase. But I'll be another year older tomorrow. I'm not into, I know, let me tell you what, I'm not celebrating the yin and yang. I had to tell my parents, I'm like, that's freaking Frank's birthday. Okay? Because you're really supposed to be focused on the day you got reborn and the day he was risen. And I guarantee you, he did not rise up in this month you now call April, because it's on the wrong side of the tracks. Because it was not according to the springtime of what they want to call the Northern Hemisphere. No, it was not. They got you on that one. It was according to the springtime of what you now call the Southern Hemisphere. April Fool. Oh, no, we don't want to believe that. Fine. Because they did it. And they know it. Because that's what freaking Frank did. Because they wanted to be the Messiah and they couldn't be. So you're going to celebrate Superman's birthday and Superman's resurrection. You're going to find out. You got your kids in there for Christmas decorations for Superman's birthday. Oh no, I don't believe that. No. Okay. Because the Santa Claus and the Mrs. Claus are Superman's mother and father. And if you think that just when people come and tell you, oh, we don't worship no pagan holidays, as long as you still think, as long as you're still doing the wrong way, it automatic. As long as you are Pharisee, Sadducee, scribe, or hypocrite, and you are in a wrong religion, it's a Zila Congo, a Bantwe, and it never changed. We did not say it in English. We did not say it in French. We did not say it in any language but our own. We did not say it in Aramaic. But like I told you, the Tanzami said, the Most High said, I will send you a strong delusion if you think that we translated our scriptures into Latin and Greek. So be it. That's why all them Latin and Greek people, when they die, they're like, they start speaking, and he's like, who are these people? I don't know these people. What God they talking to? They're talking to the gods of Olympus. They're going to find this out. The Greek Christians and the Roman Christians are talking to the gods of Mount Hermon, about Olympus. Oh, yeah. Still, today. They're still talking to Hercules, Jesus, Simon the Sorcerer, whatever he call himself. I'm telling you, the Romans, the Catholics, yeah, you keep telling about Pope Francis. Pope Francis is talking to Jupiter, homie. You think he's not? They're going to fool you with this whole thing with the 88. He already been gone. I know who the Pope is. He was already replaced by the real Pope. Because Pope stands for really, I'm telling you, is Pontificus Optimus Primus Epiphanes. That is not our Holy Father. That is Nimrod. That is Optimus Prime. That is Tubal Cain. Okay, he's an Edomite, as a matter of fact. He ain't from the 12 tribes. That dude is a Canaanite. That the Canaanites got. See, you praying to Kanani, Punti, Kemeti, Kusi. Those are your gods, and they know it. All right, so I'm gonna stop there. Let me get the music going. Where did I put the thing? The remote. You know, and see, this is why people right now are getting tired or fatigued. They're getting worn out. Multiple 3, 4, 5 jobs to go get what? You see them, they got you on, they had all them people plastered, all these actors plastered. Yeah, I got this, I got that. Man, nobody, the most, you got all people got college degrees, the most I said, I don't care. What did you do to my sheep? What did you do to my house? What happened to them? Are they out of their dog vomit or are they in it? This is what they're talking about. That's why them people, you keep, them Christians, I'm laughing at them. Those Christians keep running over there. And them people are like, oh, the Torah says we should take you out. I heard a guy say that. Because you are idol worshipers. But guess who wrote the Torah? The Edomites. The Ashkenazi people. That's their Torah. The Ashkenazi people, that's Nimrod wrote the Torah. The Torah. That's not our father's words. He said, you should throw the stone at yourself. He even said that in the Old Testament, circumcise your heart. It's right there. We killed our own prophets, people. He said, what you doing? He tried to tell us that in the Old Testament. Quit being stupid like that. Moses' law is not carnal. It's spiritual. You don't get it. You are the body, not the physical structure. We never got that understanding. That's why he had to tear it down, because we don't listen. We let Esau come up in there and tell lies. Well, guess what? Esau's still running around telling lies. He's the Most High. He's the Messiah. And he was black. Oh, I'm the white man. He's everybody. Okay? He's everybody. But he was black. His mother and father was black. He was a leper, black man with hairy skin and red skin. He looked like Cain because he was already in spirit defying the Most High. Okay? He had that spirit on him from birth. That's why his father saw hell at his feet. Okay? It's still there. I'm telling you right now, you standing in hell, corporal. You just doped up so you don't know it. Okay? You standing in hell. You don't even know what this is. The strongest delusion you've ever been under, because this world terraformed a long time ago. Just like it did in the days of Noah, they didn't let you know it. The world terraformed when Cain got his curses up. Yes, it did. Now it's going to terraform back to what it's supposed to be. They already done terraformed this stuff, man. You sitting there loving the beauty of a false god that has tricked you to love him and hate the one who is true beauty. Everything is vanity. Everything. That's why you're changing your hair, you put on clothes, you're changing yourself up. You look ridiculous to the Father. Who are these people? I never taught anybody to put tattoos on their body, to come up with all these clothes and everything like they got. And even the people that cover themselves man. Woo! Just because the Muslims covering their body up, oh my goodness. You have no idea. They got a whole lot of stuff coming to them because they are dealing with the jealous spirit of Ismail, who couldn't be Unsaka, because that's who they praying to, Ismail. That's who the Muslims really praying to, is Ismail. That's who Allah is, and Ismail's God is the witch Lily. Okay, they don't get it. Muhammad is still praying to Ismail. That is the angel Gabriel he think he's talking to. Yeah. You better ask somebody that knows. I'm telling you, I know a brother. He said, yep, I found out. I'm praying to the ancestors of the Arabs. Who is that? Our ancestors are not the Arabs. Just like our ancestors are not Ashkenaz. And for doggone sure, our ancestors are not Edom. But the world gonna make you think they are. You following the wrong people, man. And then you got a lot of people out here that assume too many things about people. I told you, man, you assume with the Most High, he gonna make you look stupid. Everybody, a lot of people did that. I said, you assume I was the bad guy. Yeah. They really good, them stupid Anunnaki really good at that. To make you assume the wrong person. Oh yeah, he's the bad guy. Because look what he was. No. I told you, many of us are like Maria Magdala, looking to get clean again. And what did you do? You made us try to pay for it. You made us try to do whatever. I'm trying to tell people, man, people have been switched out. Let me say it again. People have been switched out. And they know it. They are like Solomon after he turned his heart away from the Most High. You better believe it. And if you think that's not going among the Tokwis and the Kimbanguis or any of these other churches or Protestant, Episcopalian or whatever, yes, they are. They are Solomon whose heart is turned away from the Most High because he don't see hypocrites. But he sees what hypocrites are doing to his children. You better believe it. Okay? All praises. Mana Kumbase, Imana Masai Setu. And like I said, people, don't waste your time. But you need to not tolerate it. The Most High is not a doormat. No, he is not. So you don't tolerate sin ever from a person who is themselves in dog vomit. You put them in check and say, listen, you go your way, I'm going my way. If I'm wrong, then I'll pay for it. But you better hope so that you're not wrong. Because I'm telling you, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism are the dog vomit that Proverbs is talking about. If they don't want to believe you, peace out, homie. The Hebrew Israelites are the same. Okay? And you got many people assuming way too much about things. And I'm like, you hurt some people that were supposed to come out their dog vomit, and you try to trip them up. And you stuck your foot out instead of helping them. This is how you can't. Many of us became like how the brothers taught Yosef you. Oh, you think you're gonna be better than us? Okay, whatever. We're gonna throw you into the pit. Okay. Many people got tricked into doing that to many people, and they don't even know it. I told you, man. Knowledge can make you puffed up and wise in your own eyes if you don't stay humble in your heart. You can call somebody prideful, and you yourself are prideful, and you don't get it. The Most High said, no, you were arrogant. This man was trying to help you to understand your arrogance. And I'm trying to tell people, there's a lot of people like that, they're going to find out. You thought you were humble, and you were arrogant. Now, sorry about the noise. Okay? All praises. Zola Quingy. Sambololo. I'm going to play the music. Again, I don't own the music. I don't own the rights to it. It's not for me or any type of redistribution of any kind. It's only for the edification of this channel. And like I said, people, you know, yeah, big zombie off the window. Yeah, big zombie off the window. You got people under the spell of a lot of witches and warlocks because you don't have all the sin out of your body, or you think there's something or you're not. Big zombie off the window. Yeah, big zombie off the window. That's really what we're talking about, the Most High. And it's not Jupiter. It's only Jupiter if you're a secret society. If you took an oath to Lucifer, that's when he become the wicked one. All these people talking about oath takers, yeah, you better believe it. See you later. Yeah, zombie yeah, zombie quattleando. 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 Zombie quattleando. Zombie quattleando. Yeah, zombie quattleando. Yeah, zombie quattleando.
Can we show the commercial?
Yeah, please.
All right. All right. All praises. Okay. Wakanda, Nanzambi, and Kongo. When I'm Filipino, I do still know how to speak some Tagalog still. Yeah, you know, people, Bantu, Ubuntu, a lot of our things are going to start to come back. You know, I actually did a meditation with some music. And like I said, the ancestors of the Ubuntu and the Banabetu Solide, they are going to begin to continue to manifest. I did actually want to show you that. I'll show you next time. It's been too long. But like I said, Sub-Sahara is in fact the land, but you better believe the Most High is not going to build any kingdoms with hypocrites. No. So you know there's going to come a change. All hypocrisy is going to end. You know, I honor Ibrahim Traore for who he is and many others that are taking a stance. But you need to understand something. The Most High's sheep don't pay for any inheritance that he already owns. And you best believe those who can continue to make them have to buy, like Samuel's sons, you know, being the opposite and learning bad habits from people that keep doing this, you become the sorcerer automatically from those who keep being tricked into doing these things. And, you know, if you're going to, I said, I have my orders and I'm not going to go against them when it comes to understanding that the Bukongo way, what we call Kimbundu, not Kimbundu, what we call Kingunza, you know, being a priest of the Most High, it's all about these things: love, joy, peace, and humility. Always was, and obedience to the Spirit of the Most High. And this is why I'm going to show people that when the Most High is going to move in his mighty way to do the next phase, it's going to be such a wonderful thing for those of us who receive the change. And for those who don't get it, you know, I'm not saying, I don't even know. I could be, it depends on how it goes. But the reality is he understands many of us don't want to be in the dog vomit, and he's going to get us away from the people who want to keep putting us in it. Period. And that's what he means when he talks about, I'm going to put shepherds over my children who want to keep my children away from the dog vomit. And that's coming. You see? All right. Zola Quingi Sambalolo, and Wizard Yable Kongo Kutwala.